Hello and welcome to Enjoy English School.
欢迎来到 Enjoy 英语学院。
I'm Stevie.
And I'm Laurie.
Today, we are looking at our World in Pictures lesson. If you have the magazine or the DVD or you're checking this out online, you're going to learn a lot of vocabulary words today by looking at all of the wonderful pictures we have for you. But our topic today is a landscaper's day. A landscaper is a person who makes your yard, your garden, your outside grounds look beautiful. So, a landscaper's day, and also, this day happens to be a great day for yard work. It's a beautiful day to work in the yard.
没错，所以呢，今天来到我们图解世界的单元，那我们要来看到的一个对话哦，中文的标题是园艺必备工具庭院工作趣。那当然，这个标题已经很明显的告诉你，我们今天会学到的，刚刚 Stevie 老师说的很多的字汇，都会是跟园艺工作相关的。我们赶快一起来看看。
A great day for yard work.
Nancy has hired Keith to take care of her lawn.
Hello, Keith. Today I'd like you to mow the lawn and get rid of the weeds along the walkway here.
No problem. Is that all?
After that, could you help me spread some new fertilizer around the vegetable garden? I want to plant a few things later this week.
Absolutely. What about those bushes along the house? Should I give them a trim?
Oh, that would be nice. Will you need any hedge shears for that?
No, ma'am. I got shears and a pruning saw in the truck with my lawnmower.
All right. If you need a shovel to put down the fertilizer, there are a few in the tool shed.
Sounds great. If there's nothing else, I guess I'll get to work on the lawn.
Okay. Try to be careful around the fence back there. I planted some flowers recently, so try not to mow over them.
Thanks for letting me know. I'll be careful.
Let me know when you're done. I'll be in the house.
Okay. It should take me about 2 hours to finish.
Okay, now, today we're looking at a dialogue, and we have Nancy and Keith. Okay, so Nancy has hired Keith to take care of her lawn. Now, I know in Taiwan, not many people have a lawn. Right? You have to be rich in a big giant house to have a lawn in Taiwan.
True.
In many places around the world, if you live in like what we call rural areas, 比较乡下一点，
乡村的地区，
乡村的地区 rural, or if you live in some cities in the U.S. and in like England, many people have a lawn. So Nancy has hired Keith. She is paying Keith money. She hired him for a job to take care of her lawn. So maybe it's a big lawn, or maybe Nancy just doesn't want to deal with it.
对自己不想弄。
Yeah.
哦，好，所以我们来看到今天的这个对话里呢，我们有 Nancy 跟 Keith。那么 Nancy 呢，她呢雇用叫做 hired。哦，她雇用了这个 Keith 呢，来帮他呢，这个照料来整理啦，他的这个草坪。
Yeah. So Nancy's talking to Keith. Nancy says, hello, Keith. Today, I'd like you to mow the lawn and get rid of the weeds along the walkway there. Or along the walkway here, right here. So you're learning a few words that you might not use very often in Taiwan. To mow the lawn means to take a machine and cut the grass. To mow means to cut all the grass like the same height.
没错，除草。
Yeah. So I'd like you to mow the lawn and get rid of the weeds along the walkway here. What is a walkway? That's easy. Walk. What is way?
路。
Way is 路 or 也是一个方法。
方向。
Yeah, 方向 or 方法。So the walkway is the place that you walk. So get rid of the weeds that are on the side here along the walkway.
所以呢，我们来看到一开始 Nancy 呢，她在这个吩咐工作哦，所以她说 Hello Keith 啊、那么今天呢，我想要你呢来这个 mow 是动词哦，就是除草的意思。那除什么？你直接加在它的后面，所以呢，帮这个草坪呢来这个除草哦，然后那这个 get rid of 是摆脱掉什么的意思，让什么东西没有的意思哦，所以呢，就是呢这里哦。这个沿着走道，这个 walkway 沿着走道呢，这些杂草你把它都清掉，就是把它都弄不见，这样的意思。
Yeah, and usually, if we're gonna pull the weeds, we just call it pulling the weeds.
哦，这个是用拔的。
Yeah. And Keith says, "Oh, no problem. Is that all? Is that it? Anything else you want me to do?"
对，然后 Keith 就说没问题啊、那就这样就好了吗？哦，还有没有其他的呢？
So Nancy says, after that, could you help me spread some new fertilizer around the vegetable garden? To spread means to like spread it out, to push out, make sure it's all over. What does she want to spread? She has some new fertilizer. Now, if you plant flowers or vegetables, or if you have a garden, then fertilizer is a good word to use. How would we say fertilizer in Chinese?
肥料。
Oh, 肥料. Okay. So I have some new fertilizer. I want you to spread it around the vegetable garden. Could you help me do that, please?
所以呢，接下来这个 Nancy 她继续讲工作，所以她说，那么在那个之后，就是你完成了刚刚我讲的事情之后呢，可不可以也请你帮助我来 spread， 这里是散播的意思嘛那所以我们可以把它翻成是释放一些呢新的肥料在哪里呢 ？Around the vegetable garden， 在我菜园的周围帮我呢来这个释放一些新的肥料，可以吗？
And now he says, or she says, I want to plant a few things later this week. So she's asking him to spread the fertilizer now in the around the vegetable garden, because later this week I'm going to plant some things there. So she wants him to spread the fertilizer first to prepare the soil, the dirt.
对，所以呢，他首先让他先在今天施肥的原因，是因为他这边讲到说，我呢在这一周晚一点的时候，我想要来种一些东西所以呢，这里的 plant 是动词不是名词，就是指种植的意思。那么就像刚刚 Stevie 老师讲的，他呢要 prepare the soil， 就是指这个土壤呢，他要帮他准备好，然后呢，他就 later this week 就可以种一些东西。
Now, the next sentence, Keith answers a question, but we didn't end with a question, right? So, because just like in Chinese, when you're speaking, you speak very quickly.
对。
So she said, after that, could you help me spread some new fertilizer around the vegetable garden? I want to plant a few things later this week. So she says, can you help me do this? And this is why. OK， 就是
没错，
但是我们可能讲话就会这么快。
对。
So now Kevin is answering the question, can you help me spread fertilizer? Oh, absolutely. Sure. Of course.
所以呢，这个前面呢 Nancy 先讲了问题，然后后面讲了原因所以呢，这里的话呢，这个 Keith 他回答的是那个问题，所以他就说没问题帮你这个释放一些菜园周围的肥料，没问题。
Yeah. What about those bushes along the house? We're using the word along. That means if you have, like we said, along the walkway, along the house, that just means it's right next to it and it keeps going along the house. So what about those bushes along the house, the ones I'm seeing over here? And a bush is just a type of plant. And we call it a bush because it's bushy.
所以呢，接下来这个 Keith 他就问他了，他说 What about？ 当你用这种开头来问的时候，就是这个东西怎么样呢？哦，如何呢？这样的一个意思。所以 what about 后面来接 what about those bushes along the house， 就是沿着这个房子这一带的这些灌木丛如何呢？那意思就是要不要修呢
？And should I give them a trim? Yeah, should I give them a trim? Now, he doesn't say should I cut them all down. He said trim, and you said the correct word, which is
修剪
Yeah, 修剪 And Nancy says, oh, that would be nice. Yeah, that would be a good idea. Will you need any hedge shears for that? Now here, again, hedge shear. That is a special garden tool. Okay? A hedge is like, think of a lot of bushes that grow in a row and they grow tall. It's like a fence made of bushes. So that's called a hedge. So a hedge shear, a shear is something you cut something with. So hedge shears. Will you need any hedge shears to trim the bushes?
所以呢，我们首先看到前面的 Keith 讲的最后一句，他说：“那我应不应该给他们这个修剪一下呢？”哦，这里是一个固定这样子的一个用法 ，give something a trim 这样子的一个用法。然后呢 ，Nancy 他就说：“哦，那会很好的哦，那会很好的。那意思就是好啊哦这样子。然后他接着说了：“你呢有没有需要这个园艺的大剪刀呢？”哦。那种 shears 就是那种大剪刀哦，它可能前面你加一个什么词，它就变成是什么功用的这个大剪刀，但是它是属于那种比较大支的特殊的剪刀。
Yeah. So she just says, will you need hedge shears for that, to do that? And Keith says, no, ma'am. This just means I don't need any of your tools.
对。
Okay? No, ma'am. I've got shears and a pruning saw in the truck with my lawnmower. Pardon me, with my lawnmower. So I've got shears. What did we just talk about shears doing? They cut things, okay? They trim things. And a pruning saw. To prune a tree means to take off the big parts you don't want, okay? And a pruning saw, have you ever seen in a movie or maybe in the park where somebody has a big long pole?
对。
And at the top, 是一个刀片.
对。
And you put it up there and you cut down a tree branch.
That's right.
That's a pruning saw.
就是修枝锯。
Yeah. So I've got shears. I've got a pruning saw. They're in the truck with my lawnmower. What did we say mow a lawn means? 除草.
除草
Right? So, what is a lawnmower?
除草机。
Yep. You got it.
对。所以呢 Keith 这边就说哦，不用了，这个太太，这里这是一个尊称呐，哦，客气的一个称呼法。接着他说，我已经有这个大剪刀，还有这个修枝锯。刚刚讲的 pruning 是修剪枝叶的意思，然后那个 saw 是锯子的意思所以修枝锯在那个卡车里头跟着我的这个除草机一起所以呢东西我都有了。
All right, we're going to take a quick break right here. And we'll be right back with part 2 of our dialogue. Okay, looking at part 2 of our dialogue. So Keith, I want to call him Kevin.
对。
Keith just told Nancy, oh, I've got everything I need in my truck. And she said, all right, if you need a shovel to put down the fertilizer, there are a few in the tool shed. Okay, there's a couple of more new vocabulary words for you here. A shovel. A shovel is just if you want to move dirt or move something, you shovel with a shovel.
对，就是铲子的意思。然后刚刚一个是动词，一个是名词。你用铲子来铲。
Yeah.
这个意思。
Yeah.
对。
So if you need a shovel to put down the fertilizer, remember she wants him to spread fertilizer in the garden. So he needs to dig it up and throw it in the garden.
对， 把肥料铲起来，然后再把它放进或者放到这个土地上面。
Right. And she said, if you need a shovel for the fertilizer, there are a few in the tool shed. So I have some shovels, not one, there are a few. So there are 2 or 3 or more in the tool shed. Now this, many people who have a large yard, we will have what we call a tool shed that is out near the garden. It's just a small building. And that building, it's just for tools and equipment that you might need for your garden. Your shovel might be in there. Your lawnmower,
对，
那个除草机
也在里面。
or anything you need for your garden, or maybe even like your seeds for planting might be in your shed. So that kind of little building with all your tools is called a shed, S-H-E-D. So she has a tool shed. The shovels are out there.
对，所以呢，这个时候 Nancy 呢就回答了，她说：“好的啊，那既然工具你都有，那好的，没问题。如果你需要呢，这个一把铲子来呢，这个铲来这个把肥料放下去的话呢，那么在我的工具棚里头，刚刚讲的那个 tool shed， 在工具棚里头呢，也有好几把，你可以拿去用。”
Yeah. So Keith says, sounds great. That just means good. If there's nothing else, if you don't want to tell me anything else, if there's nothing else, I guess I'll get to work on the lawn. So this means get to work means I'll start working on the lawn. I'll start to do my job.
对。所以呢，接着他就这个 Keith 回答他说：“听起来很棒啊，没问题 ，OK。那如果没有其他的事情的话呢，那我想我就要开始去这个我的草坪上面来开始工作了我要来着手来开始整理这个草坪了。”
Yes, and Nancy says, "Okay. Try to be careful around the fence back there." Do you know what a fence is? A fence is just something, it's a little wall you put around your yard.
篱笆
or sometimes a fence could be like a wall too.
矮墙
Yeah, could be something like that.
不一定是什么。
So try to be careful around the fence back there, like over there. And then because, she's just telling him why, I planted some flowers recently. That means just lately.
对
Maybe the past few days. So try not to mow over them. Remember, to mow means to cut the grass. So I planted flowers over there. Try not to cut them down, please.
好，所以呢 ，Nancy 她说好的然后接着她又说你请试着呢小心一点小心什么地方呢 ？Around the fence back there， 后面那边的那个篱笆或者那个矮墙那个呢，请你小心在它周围的那个地方，因为呢我最近种了一些花，所以请你试着不要呢把那些花也给修剪到了，也给割到了。
So Keith says, thanks for letting me know. I'll be careful. So thanks for telling me. Thanks for letting me know.
对
I'll be careful.
所以呢 Keith 说谢谢你让我知道那我会小心的。
And then Nancy says, let me know when you're done. Just tell me when you're finished.
对
Let me know when you're done.
所以呢 Nancy 她就说那么让我就是你好的时候让我知道你已经 OK 你完成的话呢让我知道一下。
Yeah, I'll be in the house.
我会待在屋子里。
Yeah, I'll be inside. And he says, okay, it should take me about 2 hours to finish. So it should take me about 2 hours to finish. When we say it should take me something, it just means I'll probably have to spend this much time.
对。所以呢，接着 Keith 他说好的，没问题那么 it 是指这个事情呢这些工作呢应该会 take me 花我 about 大约 2 hours 2个小时，你再接一个 to 就可以接一个动词来完成。那么这里的 it take somebody to do something 就是花某人怎么样，然后去做某事。
Yeah. So today we learned a lot of vocabulary words about gardening and landscaping. So we're going to look at some of those words and phrases coming up in a quick review. Okay, so we learned a lot of words about new tools and things you haven't seen, and you can check those out in our pictures that you're going to see in the magazine or in the article. But some of the vocabulary and phrase words that we learned that I want to share with you, one was lawn, to have a nice green lawn outside your house. Oh, so nice. We also talked about getting rid of things. Nancy wanted Keith to get rid of the weeds. Get rid of is a good phrase that we use in English all the time. Also to spread something out. We learned that word. We learned plant. Now plant could be like 植物, or it could be to plant something. To plant a plant, plant a tree. We learned the word bush, which is kind of a small bushy tree. And we learned the word work on something. I'm working on it right now. 我正在做. We also learned the word recently, like lately, just recently. And we learned it takes a person time to do something. So it takes me 2 hours to finish cooking dinner, usually. So it takes somebody a time to do something, a period of time. So those are some of the words and phrases from today, and you can learn more if you check out the article in the magazine or on the DVD or online. So that's all the time we have for today. We will see you next time.
Bye-bye.